But of course there are going to be settings where you're going to need more than one clip. As I've mentioned, a conference presentation, for example, you might need to make two separate clips. How would we do that? Well, first of all, I'll just undo my deletion here and my split at playheads, just to go back to how it was. How would we get two chunks of data out of this? Well, let's say, for example, that I was interested in the first and second questions that I asked Charles, but I wasn't interested in showing them in the same video. I wanted to analyze one in one slide and then analyze the other in another slide. Well, the process for doing that, as you can imagine, is very similar to start with. First of all, we need to find that edit point again. Where was it? Somewhere around here. So, okay. So we do the split at playhead again. And then we need to find the end of this question, which I happen to know is around 1 minute 50. So let's go to 1 minute 50 up here. Oh, overshot it just a little bit, I think, there. It's a very, very short answer, this one. Yeah, that looks like the end of the question. And we right click, split at playhead. And then once again we delete. Okay, and we can separate these two out as well, just to emphasize the point that these are going to be presented separately. Okay, so we now have two clips here on our timeline, but what do we do? How do we export these separately? Well, it's a bit of a clunky method, but I find that it works. And honestly, in this kind of situation, most likely you're not going to be presenting too many clips. So what you would do is you would delete this clip. So that's our first clip, that's our second clip. So what we can do is, if I delete this, okay, and then I can go to export file. In fact, I'll make a new folder, call it conference clips. So conference clips, and open that, and I'll save clip 1. So we'll call this clip 1, and you'll notice it's in the MP4 format. That's the one that the YouTube preset gives you, and then click save. Yes, stop reminding me how little space I have on my drive, please. Okay, and that will now export that first clip, and then what we can do, we can do exactly the same thing with the second clip. Doesn't seem to have started exporting it, which is slightly worrying. Oh, there we go, it's exporting now. So we undo what we did there. I'll do the undo. Again, I'll use the method that has a visual indicator of what I'm doing. So left click on undo, left click on undo, and then we can delete this track, and we can do the same thing for our second clip. But it's important to note that you should get your data back to the left here. Very, very important, because otherwise when you export, at least my understanding is when you export, you will have this black screen for 1 minute and 20 something seconds. So very important to drag the data across back to the start, and luckily there is a very simple way of doing that. If you go in here, I've already got it ticked, but I'll untick it just for demonstration purposes. Tick this box here where it says ripple all tracks, so just click on that, and then what you can do is you can right click in this space here, and then, oops, sorry, that was a bit fast. Right click in this space here, and then just click remove. And there you go, it just shifts the clips over automatically, and then you can do the same for this one. So clip 2, we'll call this one clip 2. Do I want to do that? Yes, stop badgering me about my lack of space on my hard drive. And there we go. And what we can then do, of course, once those clips have finished exporting, we can go to the folder that we've made down here, and then we can drag them into Shotcut, as we did back at the start of this tutorial. We can drag those into Shotcut, and we can work on them as separate clips.